Hello, I'm Chuck Easley, and this is going to be a presentation on entrepreneurship education in the engineering school. I'm going to mainly focus on how we teach entrepreneurship in the Stanford Engineering School. I'm going to give a brief overview of the Stanford Technology Ventures program and also talk about some of the other opportunities for entrepreneurship education at Stanford. The Stanford Technology Ventures program is sort of like the Entrepreneurship Center for the engineering school at Stanford, and helps to coordinate a lot of the entrepreneurship education programs and efforts. Overall, the goal is not to convert everyone into an entrepreneur, but rather to use entrepreneurship for a couple of broader objectives. One is to create what we like to call T-shaped people. These are people who have some depth in a particular engineering discipline, but also have some breadth in terms of understanding about management technology, innovation, entrepreneurship, leadership, and so on. And so this is kind of our vision of the purpose of entrepreneurship education, not to convert people into entrepreneurs, but to teach people how to be entrepreneurial and have an entrepreneurial mindset regardless of what career they try and enter. And so we do this through STVP. We also do this through a new national center that we're creating called the Epicenter. And so we have some graduate level courses, both cross-disciplinary courses, technology venture formation, entrepreneurial thought leader seminar, and also some functional courses, things like global entrepreneurial marketing or creativity and innovation that give a deeper dive in one particular functional area. And in addition to these graduate courses, we also do a number of undergraduate courses as well. And in addition, we also have the Draper Fisher Jurvetson Entrepreneurial Thought Leader Seminar. So this is a weekly seminar where we bring in high-level entrepreneurs, executives, investors for a weekly seminar on Wednesday afternoons that meets in person at the NVIDIA Auditorium in Wang Engineering Center, about 4:30 p.m. These lectures are recorded and turned into smaller clips. We transcribe them and put them up on eCorner at ecorner.stanford.edu for video and podcast download, as well as upload a number of these to YouTube. So one example that I wanted to play comes from Randy Komazar, who's going to talk a little bit about what he thinks you can teach in terms of entrepreneurship education.
I think what can be taught, by and large, is a set of very basic skills about the various domains required for a startup to succeed. Finance, organization, transactions, strategy, business models. You can get an exposure to that, which can raise your entrepreneurial IQ 100 points. Because starting without that context, it can be awfully hard to understand what's happening around you as you work in these environments, let alone try to do it. I also think you can get exposure to the personality and character of entrepreneurship. Through the case study method in particular, you can begin to see the tortured lives that many entrepreneurs have to live in order to pursue their dreams. And you can get a sense of how that relates to your abilities cope and to make trade-offs in your own life. I think there's stuff you can't possibly learn in school. And I'm not even sure you can learn it on the job. There's an entrepreneurial character. Some people have it and some people don't. Some people may not think they have it, and they may have it. A lot of people may think they have it and they don't. That entrepreneurial character is very, very comfortable with uncertainty and ambiguity. That entrepreneurial character
Well, so you get the basic idea of what he's talking about there. For some reason, the video is still loading, but you get a basic flavor for what these videos are like, and some of the topics that you can hear famous venture capitalists like Randy Komisar talking about. So the next thing I want to talk about a little bit is the Mayfield Fellows Program. So this is a program that we run that's a 9-month work-study program. You can get more details on the website, mfp.stanford.edu. And essentially, it's a highly selective program where we select about 10 to 15 undergraduate students. They first take a course in the spring, and then they do a summer internship with an entrepreneurial venture, and then in the fall they take another course where they work on a project related to some strategic decision that they came across in that entrepreneurial venture. And so in this way, the students can kind of learn from each other's experiences in that startup venture and take a bit of a deeper dive in one particular decision point that had to be made in that startup. So these are a few of the 2012 Mayfield Fellows, and this program has been running for a while, so it has a pretty great alumni network. The students get paired up with mentors as part of the program as well. And then the Epicenter is our new national center where we're creating an open source platform to help make engineering education in the United States more entrepreneurial. And so you can check out the website for this program, but we're pretty excited about the impact that this can have in thinking about how do we incorporate more kind of entrepreneurial mindsets and entrepreneurial skills into the basic undergraduate engineering curriculum. The class that I teach at Stanford is known as E145 Technology Entrepreneurship. It puts undergraduate engineers into teams of 3 to 4, provides them with mentors related to the industry they want to do a startup on, and they basically work through the startup process as part of the course. And so I'll show you a brief video clip that talks a little bit about the class, and you get to hear from some of the students who were in the class last year.
Say that we will have lots of Silicon Valleys all over the world, but we'll still be the mother church here in Silicon Valley 20 years from now.
Why? Stanford University.
This is ground zero.
This is Engineering 145 at Stanford University, a startup entrepreneurship class dedicated to helping students start their own businesses.
We try and give the students an overview to what it means to be entrepreneurial and to create a technology-based company.
And I think with Facebook, with Twitter, with mobile, there's going to be a lot of advances with that. And these guys are the ones that are trying to figure this out.
Each student's task is to actually find a solution to a real-world problem and create a business around it. And they're partnering with real-world mentors, including experienced company founders, angel investors, and venture capitalists like Charles River Ventures partner Bill Tye, who help them every step of the way.
The best business models are simple and scalable.
I mean, I think back to my days as an undergraduate in college, and I think I had a reasonable self-opinion, and I don't think I could have ever done anything like most of these teams here.
I do research in a lab on campus doing cancer biology research, trying to develop drugs, and a lot of our other group members are involved in bioengineering and biomechanical engineering, and we all felt like we really wanted to pick a problem that had a large impact on people's lives.
So Heidi Norton's group is creating a new treatment for osteoarthritis of the knee. Samir Sidanti's group is building a social-based check-in platform called Tagger, which utilizes near-field communications technology being integrated into the next generation smartphones.
In school, we've got this great environment, where we don't have to worry about housing or losing our jobs or any opportunity cost loss because we still are in school. So doing this project through a class environment is perfect because you're also taking units while also developing this business model, whereas, in the real world, I guess, you'd have to give up everything to pursue something like this.
E145 has been around for nearly 12 years, but this session has by far had the most riding on it. Naval Ravikant, founder of AngelList, which is basically a matchmaking service for entrepreneurs and angel investors, for the first time will take the two teams with the best presentations under his wing and help them get funding for their companies. Their Urban Street Guides, which already has a working website and paying customers, and Piccolo, which already has a partnership deal signed in the really hot customer loyalty space. But other groups still hope to execute their business plans as well.
In the first 3 months, we plan on bootstrapping, so we think raising $30,000 among the 5 of us would be more than enough.
We're in school, so we don't need salaries or anything. We think we can do this for under $5,000.
Stanford is one of the few schools where students graduating from Stanford understand that doing a startup is very much an option for them. Right? They don't think that, oh, my only option is that, oh, I'm going to graduate and I'm going to go get a job. They actually think that, oh, I can either go get a job or I can actually start a company.
And then one of the more recent efforts that we've been working on in the department is venturelab.org. And so this is a collaboration between myself and Amin Sabiri to take E145 and put it online so that students around the world can take it. And so we've had over 35,000 students taking this technology entrepreneurship class all around the world. And they've been finding teammates, finding co-founders, working through the class, watching the same lectures that the Stanford students watch. And it's really been a blast to teach this class and get emails all over the world, students in Africa, students in Nepal, students even right here in the Bay Area who are working on their startup projects. And so just a couple brief examples of things that they've been producing. So this is the website, a few examples of some of the projects that are being worked on. It looks like this video has been made private, but we can take a look at this.
Rick is in charge of the alumni network of his law school. Earlier, he was using a file cabinet, alumni lists, and Excel sheets, but this was a nightmare. So, he recently got an alumni software, but unfortunately, none of the alumni seem to be using it. To get more active users, Rick created groups on Facebook and LinkedIn for his alumni, but this does not offer him all the functionality he needs. Then, Rick discovers Your Talents. Your Talents offers an alumni relationship management system for law schools as a Facebook application. Alumni are thus able to sign up with just a few clicks, so everyone joins. They can easily update their profiles via Facebook and LinkedIn, so everyone has an up-to-date profile. The alumni can communicate with each other via Facebook, LinkedIn, and Your Talents. Rick, as alumni manager, can message alumni not only individually, but also in bulk. Alternatively, Rick can post news updates about what is going on at his university. The news updates are, of course, integrated with Facebook and Twitter. Furthermore, Your Talents allows Rick to create events and invite to them. He can also post job offers and promote them to the...
So this is an example of one of the student projects in the Venture Lab community. And we've got students who are forming international teams, and we're really working on a number of pretty exciting projects. And so that's the Venture Lab initiative. And those are basically the main things that I wanted to talk to you about today in terms of entrepreneurship education and engineering and at Stanford. Thank you very much.